Recording.
Oh, all of that. Excellent. Anyway, here we go. We're back with another Was It a Good episode on The Bad Batch. I'm Ravi. I'm here with my two brothers, Christian and Arjuna, and Mr. Michael is in the producer's chair. If I end the intro right now, this will be the shortest intro we have ever had. That was the end of the pod.
That's it. That's a wrap. It was good. No, I was kidding. Yeah, well done. And keeping that nice, short and sweet there. You know.
You wrote it, so
wow.
You made it short.
Spilling the company secrets. I see.
We have a company.
Kind of. I guess.
I guess actually, company could also be a group of people.
Yeah, that's true. The company you
right.
keep.
Dungeons and Dragons. Don't you call like you follow your company
You're a party
of heroes.
Yeah, you could say company, but party is the more.
It's actually a game, Company of Heroes.
What if you did a D&D campaign where you are just a company?
like
you're McDonald's
business?
Incorporated.
Acquisitions Inc.
That would be that would be a fun, interesting little game. I
You
think.
just do business. That's it.
So, so everyone in the party has a different role.
Yeah, you got like an accountant. You got like a front of house. You have.
So then, is the DM throwing like different business challenges?
Yeah, different
Exactly.
business scenarios.
day-to-day?
Like it's the 2008 stock market crash. What do? Go.
I think
Enron was just collapsed.
You flee to Mexico.
And then you could like add in like future weird things like
Bitcoin
mines on asteroids just started. How does your company adapt?
Oh my god. Or like someone just bought like half a majority of your company with Bitcoin. How do you drink away your sorrows?
Anyway, we're not talking about new video games or board
we
games.
have great ideas.
We really do. But we are talking Bad Batch, episode 5.
Oh.
The one with the Rancor.
Nope, that's not what it was called. I'm pretty sure it's called Rampage.
It was.
Yes, Rampage of the Rancor.
Nope, just Rampage.
Or
Like the video game.
Rampage of the Wrecker. Or Wrecker versus the Rancor.
It's Rekka.
Rekka.
Rika.
My name's
Rekka.
Omega.
My name's Omega. I like Rekka. Hi.
Wrecker made a doll for her, right?
Yeah.
That she started turning into.
Or is that
a
the one?
bad
That's the one.
match.
That's the one that they bought / stole.
From the last episode.
with Fennec.
With
He
Fennec.
made her a room on the bed, and now she has a communicator, and she's like, "Hey guys, it's me."
She also has a crossbow.
Yeah, she's
But
like,
we'll get to that.
She's like gathering items, and like it's
Yeah, she's got the comm. She's got the crossbow. She's kind of designing she's gonna get armor, isn't she?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
at some point,
Duh.
for sure.
Yeah.
Her and Baby Yoda are going to be the most.
So let me
fearsome
ask you
duo in
guys,
the galaxy.
as two people that love armor cosplay, and
I hate
you
it.
both are
I
super involved.
I actually want armor.
Would you
cosplay.
do Omega's like armor?
No, I'm not
No.
a teenage girl.
She's not even a teenager. She's like
9-year-old girl.
But we could use like forced perspective to make you like her height. It'd actually be kind of funny. Just like have you running around or Photoshop you in pictures, and you're like,
Hi, I'm Omega.
I
You
wanna
got
be,
the accent.
if we
down.
ever do the Bad Batch, I either want to be Echo or Hunter.
Oh.
who would you be if you had to be a bad man? Crosshair.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because he's like the baldish kind of gray.
The great.
And good soldiers follow orders.
good
so-
soldiers follow orders.
Or is it because he has a toothpick and you think toothpicks are cool?
I mean, he does have a toothpick, and they are cool when done correctly.
Who's the least cool of the Bad Batch? Is it Tech?
Is by far Tech.
Yeah, Tech is the
He's the
least
Debbie
cool.
Downer of the group.
He kind of is.
No, not because it's like, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing that he's like the Debbie. He's logical, and that's who he is.
He's too logical.
He's a little, yeah.
Echo with his mask, I think, has the coolest armor.
Yeah. So did you actually see in this episode he obviously the back of his skull is like an tech implant thing.
board.
So when he put his helmet on, his helmet actually like adheres to that piece,
Right.
which I thought was a really cool piece of detail. I'm actually, there's a lot of people that love cosplaying of Star Wars. Somebody's gonna figure that out. Like either they'll shave their head, stick this thing on, and then have the helmet like click in or whatever, which I think will be super cool.
Maybe I should do Echo then, because he's bald.
You don't like wearing armor.
That's correct.
We're just going to force it on.
We should just do the helmets then.
Just do the helmets,
Yeah.
and then we wear dressing gowns. Like it's we just Bad Batch just
Onesies.
right after bed.
Yeah, onesies,
Woke up in the
better.
morning.
We'll get Bad Batch armor designed onesies.
Yeah, but make them a size too small.
No,
Real tight.
Real tight.
God damn it!
Really show the assets
man.
off.
Good lord.
I'd have to go.
Yeah, this pod's weird.
I'm leaving the company.
Let's get back into the usual flow of our pod here, where we do our one-word impressions, where we kind of sum up the episode or our viewing experience in one singular word.
Nice.
Krishna, you never are prepared for this, so you can go last.
Oh.
I'm usually somewhat prepared.
I'm actually prepared for
and
this one.
Arjuna is usually the most prepared. So Arjuna, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with boba.
The vet. My backpack's got jet. I bounty hound for both
Get out.
to finance my vet.
Oh
Jet.
my good lord.
Yeah, boba.
Yeah, I go with boba because to me, and it's not just for this episode. I think it's the whole show overarching so far, that he is just kind of this, even not directly, but I think Boba Fett in general is this overarching kind of theme or figure around the Bad Batch. And there's been a lot of elements around Boba Fett that happen in the future that have happened in the Bad Batch. Fennec
Yeah.
is the big one. Bib, who he murders at the end of Mandalorian season.
And then
2.
Does he murder?
And then indirectly, obviously, Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt, right? The Rancor. The fact that they're
Was it Moxie? Mixie?
Moochie.
Moochie. Which is a type of dessert.
Mochi.
Mochi.
It's in a
Moochie.
Moochie.
But even the clones themselves, right? They obviously share the same face and they're clones
DNA.
together. So Boba Fett to me seems like he's this figure that is really kind of tying all these elements together, and I feel like it's just a matter of time before
So
he himself shows up.
is one of your theories then? Do you think? Because obviously, like this episode plays out in one of the key things that the Bad Batch is trying to figure out right now is who the hell hired Fennec, right? So obviously, we're doing the traditional kind of Mandalorian, like got to do the quest to get the thing to the next thing, yay! Which is fine. That's fine.
least
So
it's more
do you
enjoyable.
think Boba Fett hired Fennec?
No, I don't think he hired her, but I think they're certainly entering the world of mercenaries and bounty hunters, and it's just a matter of time until they cross paths
The
with
criminal underworld.
exactly
Bounty
like they're very much at the end of this episode in that world now, right? They're working for Sid. They need the credits.
Have we, real quick, Sid? Have we seen Sid before? Because I looked up on the Wikipedia,
Little Wikipedia.
and I couldn't find anything beyond this episode.
I
But
don't
then again,
think
it doesn't
so.
usually get updated all that often. So
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched Clone Wars, so I can't say definitively if she appeared in Clone Wars. But I don't know.
Well, let's ask our producer, Mr. Michael. You're 20 episodes into season 1. Has a character named Sid appeared? A green alien-looking
A lady
character
alien.
named Sid.
No, not that I know of.
let's be honest, the first 20 episodes of Clone Wars
So long ago.
are like Toy Story 1 animation style, and it's very kind of
We can call it
A
what it
kid's
is
show.
in retrospect.
It's
dog
hard
shit.
to watch. It's
Dog-
hard to watch.
Dog sheet. Real quick, back to the criminal underworld stuff. Do we think then we're going to see, what's the name of Darth Maul's criminal organization?
Crimson
Tide, right?
We're going to see that in little Darth Maul?
and a little Darth Maul.
Little Darth Maul?
Like, is he short?
popping up
Did
in,
he lose his legs again?
popping up,
that
hey, baby.
sucks.
Popping up in a little Bad Batch, little Bad Batch, little Darth Maul.
I mean, depending
Being
on
on the
if this
beach.
show goes beyond its initial current run,
You know how much Dave Filoni loves his
I think
Darth
you
Maul?
could see, like, if there is, like, let's say there is a season
Some
2
time jumps.
or time jumps or whatever, we could see an Ahsoka Tano. We could see a Darth Maul. We know we're going to see Rex because, marketing material and early trailers showed a Rex.
Where is Darth Maul right now in
Remember,
the Bad Batch timeline?
Remember, this picks up right after where Clone Wars ends, where
Right.
Rex and Ahsoka are crashing on that planet. Remember, Darth Maul takes a shuttle and just pieces the F out.
Yeah, so we don't know.
We
where he
don't
is?
know because remember, this is between 3 and 4.
Right.
And between that time period, he does a couple of things. He has Crimson Tide.
Yep.
He shows up as a hologram and talks to
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany and
Vision.
And
Kira and all that fun stuff.
Solo.
And then he also ends up on a Sith planet and runs into the rebels and Ahsoka again. And then he gets stabbed by Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine. And that's really all we know between now and his death.
Does he have the
Nice.
Darksaber right now?
He...
Because obviously we know at some point, right, in Rebels is when Sabine
Sabine.
gets it.
So he has to have it at this point. Because he has... the last... So we see the Darksaber in Clone Wars. He has it. He uses it to kill Obi-Wan Kenobi's lover...
Satine?
Satine, and then Papa Palpatine shows up, captures him, and then his troopers. So I don't know. I don't know where that blade ended up. We know, but by the time Rebels and he shows up, he has it on that weird on Asajj Ventress's planet.
Yes.
Mother Talzin's area, because he has it there. So between then and then, yes,
Some stuff happens.
some stuff happens. It ends up there.
Well, I mean, there's
Plot
definitely
device.
there's definitely more real estate for him to show up.
Yeah.
If they do some
He
time
will.
jumps, they could also do potentially the stories that they wanted to tell in that proposed Solo trilogy or Crimson Tide trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
Within this show, if they do time jumps,
Yep.
that might be interesting.
So wait, do you think then we end up seeing like a even younger Han Solo?
No, because I
Yes.
think if they do time jumps, right, they might catch up to eventually that point, and you have like an older Bad Batch, and maybe you bring back Alden to voice young Han Solo.
What has the actor
It wa-
Alden done since Solo?
It's a great question.
Because to be honest, though, Boba Fett and Han Solo are, they're kind of tied together.
Well,
right?
yeah, big time.
So
We
if
for-
you-
we
if
forget that a lot.
If Boba Fett, yeah, we do. If Boba Fett is looming over this show as big as he is, I don't think it's that far out of the question that Han Solo would make some kind of appearance, even now as a young lad.
Young lad.
Yeah.
Alden's only done a television show called Brave New World.
Interesting.
Oh.
He's just waiting for the other Solo shows.
Hasn't done a movie since Solo.
Wow.
That was his last movie 3 years ago.
I mean, I liked Solo.
I did too.
The second and third time I watched it.
Yeah.
The first time I was with a bunch of haters.
Ah, yes.
Who were the haters?
You guys.
I liked it.
We all
I liked
liked
it.
it,
I
I
liked
thought,
it.
the first
I liked it the
I liked
first
it
time.
the first
yeah.
time too.
Yeah, but I had to dislike it because we can't all agree.
Yeah, that's
silly.
true. It's
Yeah.
weird when we all,
Yeah.
even though we do it more times than we don't.
That's not true.
Actually, I think June's got the list.
So
prove otherwise.
for one more impressions,
Yeah.
for me, I'm going to go with. I might need Learman's help with this, or actually, maybe you can help me. What are the cat-like creatures in D&D?
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi. Tabaxi is what my one-word impression is, which is kind of weird because it's obviously a race in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
But the slave owners, they're cat-like.
Yep.
And they were
Good call, actually.
They were
Yeah.
there. I mean, this isn't the first time we see them. There's an entire arc, I think in season 4 of Clone Wars, where Ahsoka is captured by them and is a slave, and Anakin almost turns into
that
one.
was those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I forget what their actual name is, but I'm gonna go with Tabaxi.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Tobacco.
Yeah.
Tobacco.
That's what happens, kids, when you smoke cigarettes.
Turn into a cat.
You turn into a
person.
cat person.
Which actually, some people
Could you imagine if all cats are really how cats came to be?
They're just people who smoked too much.
Maybe.
Wow.
Damn.
Christian, what would your one word be?
Jabba.
So we got Boba, Tabaxi, Jabba.
Yes.
Love it. Why Jabba though?
It's not obvious.
No, not at all.
Jabba, so Arjuna's saying Boba is sort of looming over the whole show. Jabba was the very big looming presence over this episode. Literally. Obviously with the
Because
rank.
he's a fat slug.
Yes.
And we know Dave Filoni has a certain obsession with Hutts.
Well,
Yeah, did you see
he
the original
likes
Clone Wars movie?
to use them.
Yes, sadly, I did.
Was
Great.
his
A
name
low
Jiro?
point. Was that the lowest point of Star Wars?
No, lowest point I think still is when the holiday special came out. And I'm talking about the new one. The Lego holiday special.
That was good. That was fun.
Nope.
You
Low
like
point. I think it was a low point.
Wow, really?
Because it wasn't canon.
So?
It was voiced by nobody from the sequel trilogy.
Honestly, made that
and it made the sequel trilogy more interesting than the legitimate sequel trilogy.
That's also true.
So I feel that's a low point.
That's a high point.
Yeah.
Low point.
That's weird. But yeah, no, Jabba, because well, as we've already said, the Bad Batch are getting more and more drawn into this criminal underworld, and the biggest baddie in the criminal underworld in Star Wars is Jabba the Hutt. So, correct me if I'm wrong. How much did Jabba appear in the Clone Wars? Because I'm blanking.
Not too much.
It was only they used him very sparingly, right?
They did.
It was mostly his cousin.
Zero.
Yeah.
Cousin. Like the southern drawl.
And then he's killed
So
towards
weird.
the season
Does he
5.
die?
Yeah, he's
He legit dies, huh?
Who killed? Like they kill a whole bunch
Cad
of the
Bane?
Is
Hutts.
it Cad Bane? Yeah.
Maybe
Cad Bane was
might have been
Cad
the
Bane and him worked together a few times because I think
An
the first appearance of Cad Bane is also related to breaking him out of
Right.
the Senate because he's arrested, obviously, at the end of Clone Wars.
Yep.
The movie.
The movie.
You guys remember Rhoda?
No,
The
which
Hutt?
one's-
That's the little baby.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, the cute little baby
Stinky.
hut.
So what'd you guys think about the little baby Rancor?
I mean, it's you know what? It's a little weird because they end up making friends with it, and the next time you see it, it's going to be chained up and treated like a literal animal.
So it's not actually.
It's not the same one?
I thought the same thing. I was laughing throughout the entire episode because like this is a little sick in the
Yeah.
head. If that's legitimately the case, this is
so
a
Muchi is not the
no.
one.
It's a female Rancor, the one that Luke kills in episode 6 for no reason.
What do you mean? No reason.
Killed it for no reason.
He's a hunter.
Luke is a terrorist.
Have you read the novel? Have you read the novel?
No, I
So
don't
in the
read.
novel, it's described Luke could sense that the Rancor in Jabba the Hutt's palace was in pain, and so he was putting the Rancor out of his misery. That's how the author.
You
of
know what?
episode 6
You know what? Real quick. You know what?
Describe that
Fuck
moment.
the Force. The Force is a convenient thing that
Yes.
you can use to murder things.
I like how you guys.
Like
the
most,
Force made me do it.
like most religions. Oh,
I like
That's
how both
some
of you.
bullshit.
I like how both of you read novelizations of movies.
I mean,
Why not?
You read episode 3, right?
The greatest
And you
novel
read
ever.
episode-
I read all of them.
all
they're-
9?
No, not all 9. No, I read 4, 5, and 6, which
Yeah.
were incredible.
Yeah.
Because they add so much more meat.
Do you still
to the
have those
movies.
books?
Yeah, they're in my.
I might give probably 5. It might give a crack.
So this is
at.
pre-Disney buying, by the way,
Yeah,
as well.
there's probably
So
some
this
really
is
good
like-
stuff in there.
This is like, it's written like a classic sci-fi novel.
Yeah, the Force is probably fucking amazing and so cool.
it's great. It's
but
great.
still, real quick though, Luke saying I felt it in the Force. That's some bullshit.
putting it
right
out of
there.
his, putting it out of his. I mean,
I felt it in the Force.
Mark Hamill was playing Luke as a dark side guy in that movie.
That's what he
He's come
said,
out-
right.
He come out and said,
But
Real quick, do you guys think
there's a conflict there?
that similar to how Marvel is introducing a lot of these like young characters and people are like, oh, they're setting up the young Avengers. Do we think Star Wars is doing their own like young Star Wars? If you think about it, you have Grogu, you have Rota, you have now this Rancor. Remember in Clone Wars, you have the 5 young Padawans, right? Maybe
they're all dead.
Well, no. Filoni said there was an episode that showed that they escaped the temple or something that they never did.
Wait, like the Wookiee, the baby Wookiee Jedi?
Yeah,
is
those
alive?
those 5 Padawans.
He's my favorite
lived.
Jedi ever.
Past Order 66.
Yeah.
Okay, why
They were
is
going to do a whole spin-off about it, apparently.
why-
That was one of the spin-off
how are the Jedi extinct in Episode 4, and now we have literally several dozen running around the galaxy?
It's fine. Don't think about it.
Well, actually,
That's when people were like,
if
where
you-
was Ahsoka during the original trilogy? She wasn't written yet. So.
well, here's the thing with like the term extinction, because like there are species that are going
Totally.
extinct, but we may have 5, 10 of them, but they're still considered an extinct species because there's so few, and through natural causes or whatever, over time they would naturally just be gone, and that's that. So you could still be extinct with like a dozen Jedi running around.
I thought that was
But 2
endangered.
dozen?
Yeah.
You're
They're-
thriving.
We're up to
We're
like
not
dozens.
we're not at 2 dozen.
No.
We're at like 12 by episode 4, 5, 6.
No, if there are 5 Padawans running around,
Sure.
it might be
Padawans.
more than 12.
Let's
to
count
be
it real
totally
quick.
honest.
Well, real quick, back to the Rancor. Yeah, so it's a different Rancor.
Yeah.
The one that Luke murders is a male Rancor. So most likely,
This is his mom.
what is it? It's Bib and Jabba the Hutt love Rancors everywhere. So this Rancor may have survived the whole thing. Could be
No,
running around
she's dead.
Tatooine. Could be running around Tatooine, and then come season 3 of Mandalorian or
Book of
Book of
Boba
Boba, we see Muxie.
Muchi?
Wow.
Muxie.
Yeah.
Muxie. You got
Muxie.
Muxie,
We
Muxie.
got
Muxie.
Muxie running around here.
We may see that Rancor, which would be
can
kind
only
of cool.
hope.
And then Luke shows up and kills
With
it.
Grogu.
It's like I felt
Grogu
it was in pain.
riding the Rancor.
So you're
it's a
saying,
new pop
Ravi,
that they want to make.
we're saying that Luke is now
It's a terrorist.
responsible for the attempted genocide of the Rancor.
Yes,
species.
yes.
That's why we're
Because he felt it in the Force.
Ravi, look at
felt it
that
in the
camera
Force.
and make your PSA as to why the Luke Skywalker needs to be arrested for killing all the Rancors.
He's using a means of judging things that nobody else in the majority of people in the known lawful world or universe can sense, and therefore he is using control, manipulation to do
Maybe
whatever he
lies.
wants.
Maybe he's
and
outright
lies, yeah.
lying.
So Luke Skywalker, bad guy.
Damn.
You know what? Maybe I'll be Luke Skywalker now because he's a bad guy. We did it. We've made him to be the villain.
That's why he's wearing dark cloaks in Return of the Jedi.
I mean, Mark Hamill wanted him as the villain.
Let me guess. When he picks up Grogu in episode or in Mandalorian, I sense this fear. Motherfucker, how are we supposed to know that? You're just a fucking child-stealing piece of shit.
You tried to kill Kylo.
Yeah.
Or he tried to kill Ben.
What did he do? He felt anger. How is anyone supposed to know that?
I mean,
Some
he's a
bullshit.
teenager.
Yeah.
No, he's going through hormones.
Yeah, and that's just poor parenting or guardianship. He's a lazy guardian.
He's an uncle.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Anyway, Arjuna, as always, does our DVD chapter listing, where he spends hours market research, drinking out of the bottle to figure out this wonderful chapter listing.
We need to make like a video of me like trying to
Yeah, like a montage.
things, doing all of these things.
He's playing like classical music.
Yeah.
He's just like
He's got like the whiteboard with like all the titles and like math equations for some reason.
equations. Yeah, it's like this is the perfect DVD chapter listing.
And as always, Krishna is going to do an amazing job of reading this DVD chapter listing, but he is going to do it in the voice of Jabba the Hutt speaking Huttonese.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Rancor.
I mean, so I'm just gonna.
So
be
Jabba's like,
Ja ja boo da.
yeah, exactly. You
So
got it.
they're not gonna know what I'm saying.
No, but you can use that
Oh, okay.
accent.
So you want me to be like a game of telephone?
There you go. Nice. Oh yeah, that works.
You scratch my back. Yeah. The captured batch. Rancor wrestling. No, not Boba Fett. Han Solo.
It's kind of interesting. You started off pretty good.
I
And,
did.
And then you
And then I
became like
lost
an epic knight or something, or like like you became a wizard.
I did.
Yeah, like a wizard that's doing spells. That's what it
Or
sounded like.
trying to take a poop. Because that's how I felt.
Can I? Do I have to sit next to him still?
Yes, you do. Can you smell it? A couple of things. Arjuna, as always, hit and miss.
It's all hits.
I'm kind of like obviously we have the outline in front of us, and I can skip things.
Sure.
I wanted to bring this up because I'm a little confused. It's a 20-minute episode. Why did you make a chapter listing?
You know, I just wanted to make it feel like it was familiar.
Okay.
And that's why I only did 5 chapters.
So
I
each
think-
chapter was 4 minutes long. Okay.
Kind of.
Like a YouTube mini series.
You know, like YouTube videos have chapters in them.
That's
So,
true. That's true.
you know,
They
this
do.
is not outside the realm of possibility or whatever.
Anything is possible.
It's true. given
My favorite
Garnet.
was the captured batch.
The captured batch, yeah. By the way, how they're a highly organized, genetically altered, supreme killing machine.
Yeah, you already
group,
answered this question.
squad. Explain it for our listeners if we all missed this. Like
What, the
basically,
fact that they messed up.
the fact that they got captured within 30
Remember,
seconds.
they know how to be good soldiers who kind of follow orders, not mercenaries that rescue children. I think Tech said it. It's like
I can't crunch the numbers. We've never done this.
Never
before.
done this before. So now I agree that all of their missions that they've completed successfully, there should be some carryover. Like it's a little too convenient that they just all of a sudden suck, at everything.
Literally 2 episodes ago, they took down like an entire squadron of soldiers as they were escaping.
It happens like every episode.
And then it's just like this episode. It's like, well,
No.
I fell over.
Yeah. Echo fell over. Oh man. Did anyone else get weird vibes when Hunter was like to Echo, "You're gonna be our eyes"? Do you get the impression that he's trying to hedge him into being taken the crosshair?
Role?
Role as
Yeah, I mean,
a sniper or
I think there's a lot of what I really like about Bad Batch so far is there's a lot of subtleties, and I think
Yes.
part of the batch right now is that losing out on Crosshair has severely affected their team dynamic.
yeah.
Especially because I think we talked about it the last time we talked about Bad Batch.
Maybe
last
that's why
week.
they suck. Yeah.
We talked about it, but it's like Echo and Tech are kind of duplicative of each other a little bit because they both do some type of tech stuff, number stuff, all that.
Yep.
Echo is part machine, and they have that type of clashing versus like Hunter and Wrecker are kind of your tanks, but you have no one who can really attack from a distance, and it almost seems like
That hurt them this episode,
yeah, it
right?
seems like the solution to them is going to be Omega, right? You see her pick up the crossbow, you see her pick up a ranged weapon, and everything. So it almost feels like she's going to be the one that is going to be attacking from a distance.
And that'll be a super interesting development if they go that way, because she's already proven in this episode too, when she figured out who Sid was, right? Very empathetic. She's like a nice person. She like wanted to save the little girl who she thought was Moochie. So the idea of her being a long range killer, you know, probably doesn't jive well with who she is. But if what if she's forced into that role? That could be a super interesting development.
For sure.
And also it would lend credence to the fact that this is not a children's show if she ends up like sniping people at 9 years old.
Well, I don't think she's going to be a killer, but I think she's going to be their eyes from
in
a
the
distance.
sky. Yeah.
Because she is small and shifty and
sneaky.
and do that.
And she has a comm now.
And she has the comms.
I actually like that a lot when she was just like using it right in front of them. I thought that was hilarious because we've all done that.
Use a. I mean, yeah,
like
the Apple Watch has the walkie-talkie function.
You just do it right in front of someone.
Should we do it now?
No, you shouldn't. You should walkie-talkie like Dad. Be like, hey, go for Dad. What's up? Motherfucker,
10-4.
So episode overall, I think animation again was like super crazy, really good. Great action sequences, very fun all around.
Yeah.
Is anyone kind of, what's the best way to put this? Is anyone looking at this and going, okay, cool character development episodes, figuring out the team, the story's not, is it not moving fast enough? Is it moving the right speed?
I think it's so like for a first season of a Dave Filoni animated show, the show's moving quite quickly. I think the last 2 episodes you could look at as filler, but we know that they're not because of The Mandalorian. We know that we've had major characters show up. We know that's super important. We know it's going to play a role down the road. So maybe this show just benefits from Dave Filoni already having built so much of his world, his lore, or taking the lore and making us see those connections. Whereas Clone Wars, for instance, was doing it from scratch, right?
Right.
So to me, yes, you could look at the last 2 episodes and be like, oh, you know, it's a bit slow right now. But if I compare it to a filler episode from Clone Wars, especially like those first 3 seasons, this is like 3 times as fast.
This is also more serialized than Clone Wars and even to a degree Rebels.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Because Rebels, the first 2 seasons were obviously you followed the same crew, but it almost felt like sometimes an adventure of the-week.
Yes.
This one is very much telling one story, right? It's
Keeping
continuous.
Omega safe.
Yeah, and there's crossover from each episode. You have little story elements that keep coming back up, like Wrecker, like his head hurting. That's gonna come into it. Them trying to figure out how to survive. That's a big part of this series. And I think Filoni, working on The Mandalorian for 2 seasons has taught him how to become a better storyteller, especially in animation.
Over a season.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Like he always was a guy that could hit the beats in the later parts where you've already developed everything, but I think he's doing a much better job at presenting the characters, having them grow, but also presenting mysteries and story beats and elements that will keep you connected. Every week I'm more and more invested in the show because I'm getting to know the characters a little better, but there's also these mysteries of who is chasing Omega? How are these guys going to survive? What's going to happen to Crosshair? What the hell is up with Wrecker? Is Echo going to have an even cooler suit later on?
Yeah. And like you said, the subtlety too. Yes. This show has a level of subtlety, and maybe it's the animation too. It's just so much elevated. Yeah. Like facial characteristics and just little moments that are. It's a level of subtlety I don't think we've seen in animation. At least not
Star Wars animation.
Definitely not Star Wars. Yeah. So I don't know. Are you feeling a little bit?
I feel these 2 are a little bit slow for my take, like especially how it first started, like that first 72-minute episode movie, whatever. Started off just very, very strong
with a bang,
built out things, and then this one felt a little kind of like, okay, yeah, I get what we're doing, we're figuring things out. Like I wanted, it's that whole patience thing, right? Like I want to know who Fennec works for. We have to wait till whenever. Speaking of Fennec, real quick, like who. Let's go into reckless speculation here. Who do we think, Fennec is working for?
I'm going to say Crimson Tide. I think she is working, or an initial version of it, right? Is Black Sun the other one?
Black Sun's part of it.
It's part of it. Okay, so I
It's
think
also a song.
Oh, Black Hole Sun by Muse, I think, right?
No,
Never mind.
that's
Soundgarden,
that's supermassive black hole.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then Super Trooper.
Oh no,
That's by ABBA.
really.
There's a song, Super Trooper.
Oh,
And there's also a movie.
But why do you think Crimson?
so we've already seen them get involved with the shady parts of the underworld. Bounty hunters, like the classic example is Boba was working for Jabba the Hutt and then was working for Darth Vader. So if George Lucas is sort of Dave Filoni's mentor, right? So Dave Filoni, I think, likes to take a lot of elements. So I could totally see him setting Fennec up to be someone who starts out working for the shady criminal underworld, and then eventually she's going to get probably snapped up by Palpatine, maybe, right? To go do some stuff, or Tarkin. But I think right now, I think she's being hired by the shady criminal.
But why would the thing that doesn't make a lot of sense
Money.
there though is like why would the Crimson
hostage money?
because to me it feels like it's
Hostage
the
negotiations.
Caminos are after them because
Kaminoans.
because we have the entire thing with the governor, mayor, prime minister, president, whatever he is,
Yeah.
who's like we need to get at least one of them back in order to make clone troopers 2.0.
I think it's too obvious, and the reason that they don't want her back is if they bring her back, now that the Empire is all over Camino, she would actually be in greater danger of being taken away from them. If they discover...
Lama Su, by the way, is the Prime Minister of Camino.
Nice.
Amasu?
Lama Su.
If Omega is running around Camino and the Empire can see, and they figure out what she is and what she can do, like they're gonna straight up be like, "This is property of the Empire right now," and the Camino people don't want that. So I feel like it makes too much sense. But if it is, then sure.
I just don't get what they're like. Okay, so if the Crimson folks are like, yeah, we want Omega or the Bad Batch, who are they?
How did they find out? And
and why are they holding them hostage
And I don't know.
or ransom or whatever?
Jabba's
Well,
got inside
also, if we look at
contacts.
Fennec's actions, right? She was trying very hard not to kill Omega. She was trying to capture her alive. So I think that informs us as to who it could be, right?
Palpatine?
Probably isn't the Empire, because you would think if the Empire lost a clone, it would just be eliminate, right? At least at this point, with the information we've been presented with, the phasing out of the clones, all of that type of stuff, especially because these are rogue agents, eliminate them, right? So we could probably eliminate them. So if you go down the line, perhaps if somebody wants them alive, it's not as malicious as we think. Maybe it's a quote-unquote good person. Maybe it's...
Boba Fett? No, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, Boba Fett wouldn't make much sense.
Because he's still a kid himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then again, how would he like? What would be the why? Like, why does he care all of a sudden about Bad Batch?
Let's take a step back. What other faction or people or person would know about, have intimate knowledge of the cloning program on Camino and
Tarkin.
know what? But why would Tarkin? Why would he be hiring? But how would Camino? They're trying to keep that information away from him. How would he find?
Well,
out?
he knows that the Bad Batch are running around. He knows they're alive.
But Fennec is after Omega. Tarkin doesn't know about Omega.
Not the Batch.
Yeah.
She's only going after Omega, remember?
Right. She doesn't
Maybe,
care
what
about
if it's
the
a
Batch.
Jedi? Remember, the Jedi obviously worked with the clones closely.
Cybo Diaz.
Maybe there is some type of Jedi, maybe one we've met, who is aware of Omega's existence, put in for Omega's existence, and is now trying to take back Omega. That's why
Get
I'm saying
their asset
maybe
back.
it's not as malicious as we think, because
Yeah.
Fennec is trying to capture Omega.
Was even nice to her a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Gave her some advice, life advice.
Very
Don't
true.
trust anyone.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually
What
pretty
if
good
it's
advice.
Obi-Wan?
No.
How would Obi-Wan know about Omega?
Yeah.
There's so many like holes. You can just go around. It's like, how does anyone know about her? And we'll see. Maybe
It's like
that's
the
a cool,
Ahsoka
Maybe
retcon.
that's a
It's
cool
just a
reason.
retcon, you know?
Oh, it's Ahsoka.
So speaking about other bold prediction, let's look back at a couple other ones. Christian, you had multiple engagements with the new Empire at different levels.
That has not happened at all.
Yeah, we have not seen the
Not
Empire.
really. I mean, in the beginning a little bit.
Yeah.
But after the initial action of them escaping and Crosshair, setting himself up in.
Well,
the
they did
Empire's
fight the
camp.
troopers 2 episodes ago, or 2 episodes ago when they're on the planet with the deserter.
Oh, that's true. That's
So
true.
that was the last one.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's just too early to
Yeah.
set it up yet because they've had what 2 or 3 major ones.
Yeah.
So maybe it's true then. Okay, it's true. I'm taking it. I win.
Be interesting to see the armor variants throughout the.
That would be fun. I mean, I fully expect us before this closes up these episodes that we've got, the 10 or whatever. I'm fully
16.
expecting 60 episodes. I fully expect to see like our proper
Empire.
stormtrooper
100%.
armor variant as opposed to like the clone trooper variant or whatever. My bold, reckless speculation prediction was Tarkin is the main political adversary, one of the Bad Batch in Book of Boba, Echo, or Hunter. That is going to take a while to either come true or not.
Yeah, these are our season predictions.
Yeah, season-long predictions. Well, this one could actually go beyond. We may not know if that's the case
Well,
until...
we'll know in December potentially.
How crazy would it be if the episode ends on a cliffhanger? Like, you think Hunter might be live or dead, and then Book of Boba comes out and then just walks in
You
Hunter.
have an old. You have Sylvester Stallone dressed as
Well, no, it would just be
Django.
the same actor who's playing.
Tamara Morrison.
Yeah, it'd be him playing any of the clones.
Yeah, he's just got to paint his face and have, like,
Yeah, what
white
if they
hair.
have a Rex? They could have a Rex appear,
Yeah.
one of the Bad Batch appear.
And then Arjuna's season-long bold prediction was will run into morally gray bounty hunters like Cad Bane and Boba Fett.
You didn't mention Fennec.
We have Fennec, so it's
We
kind
already knew
of true.
Fennec before
Yeah.
the show
Oh,
came
I see,
out.
I
She was
see.
in the trailer. It was announced.
Gotcha.
I still think Boba Fett is. I would be shocked if Boba Fett doesn't appear in this first season.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I still think
In
a
some way.
bounty hunter like Cad Bane, there's still more story to tell in the animation slate.
Yep.
And I think, especially you're running into bounty hunters and mercenaries, it just makes too much sense for him to not show up. And I think he's a cool character.
Real quick, is the person after Omega somehow? Would that be someone who knows about Boba? So I'm just trying to think in the Boba episodes of Clone Wars, who he worked with. Did anyone he worked with or worked for or worked against who learned of Boba maybe would have information about Omega? And it's like these two clones, these altered clones or whatever, are super valuable. I'm trying to think. I'm a little fuzzy on.
It would have to be
the
somebody
Boba
close to
history.
like the Camino government, like the top tier of the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe it's the cloner from Mandalorian. You know, just tie everything together
There you go.
with a single line.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're 1/3 of the way through this season or event, or whatever we want to call it. Does anyone have any new bold predictions they want to add or adjust their bold predictions?
Darth Maul will appear.
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
But be more specific.
Darth Maul. will
Paint the scene for us.
Okay, yeah. It's gonna
Interior,
be,
exterior shot.
Sure, I got you.
Oh, here we go.
It's gonna be episode 16. It's gonna be an after credit scene. Darth Maul appears before the Caminos, and he's gonna kill the governor, demanding to know where Omega is.
Dang. That's a little harsh on multiple levels.
And there's your cliffhanger, by the way.
What if it is Darth Maul? Maybe what if he was the one that was hunting Omega?
Again, how did he find out and why?
Palpatine knows, right? Because he was in charge of potentially the whole
shebang.
cloning thing.
We still don't know if that's we're even that piece we're guessing.
Because Sifo Dyas, we never really know who the fuck that guy is.
So there is
who ordered it, right?
there's an episode or an arc in season 6 of Clone Wars where they talk about that. And
But who is he? Who was he?
He's a Jedi. He's just some run of the mill
But
Jedi.
why did he order?
he had
bunch of
he had a
clones?
vision.
Well,
he had a vision of
that
the
could have been manipulated
by Palpatine. Yeah. So we learn Palpatine has the ability to like manipulate Jedi thoughts. Like he does it to
He does it to Anakin.
He does it to Anakin. He also does it to Yoda.
Yeah.
And it's made
God,
it's
yeah.
So
made
Sifo Dyas was
manipulated
a
by Sidious.
strange Jedi.
Yeah, he
Who
was
decided the best way to enact the Force in its nice light side version of it is to get an army of 10,000 clones, the initial order, 10 million clones or whatever.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
Something
well
insane.
that's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if Palpatine is that super involved at this level.
He is.
But Maul would have known about the clones.
Maul knew about the clones, but I don't know if he knew the level. Like, the way I look at the Bad Batch is I don't think it was ever like an order made by the Republic.
They just made.
I think it was I think it was like them testing. Because remember, like let's break it down to what it is. And I'm not trying to say one thing or another. The clones are property. They're a product that the Caminos make.
Right. Yeah.
When you make a product, you make prototypes of the new product to make a better version. Like we see that with iPhones. There are different variants
I've never heard
made.
of this iPhone.
So the Caminos were definitely like testing things out, and they put the Bad Batch in service to see what they would do, because the whole idea of the Bad Batch is, what if you made like these specialized clones? Then the run-of-the-mill clone, you can retire them and make these new ones, right? Because at the end of the day, the Caminos, they're in it for profit. They are there to make money. It's a business for them.
I think
It
they're
supports. I think they're just right in the middle, right? I don't think they're good. They're bad.
Neutral. They're very neutral.
Yeah.
They'll work for the highest bidder.
My bold prediction, my new one that I'm convinced is going to happen, Omega dies. Stolen from Arjuna.
I didn't ever guess she was gonna.
Yeah, but didn't we make a rule that you can't predict anyone?
Arjuna can't.
No, I think
We
anybody-
can't. We
No,
can.
no.
Arjuna, because he does it too
Paint
often.
the scene.
You spammed it.
Paint the scene.
Okay, paint the scene. Omega falls to the dark side because she realizes that she has the Force, but she's fearful of it, and there's no one to train her. So she realizes that she has this power, and she kills people to protect the Bad Batch, but she realizes she enjoys murder, and Hunter has to put her out of her misery because she's a killing machine. Oh, and she accidentally kills Wrecker.
Wow.
There you go.
I am 110% confident that will not happen.
Me too, but this is called bold predictions
Nice.
for a reason.
Oh man.
Could you think?
100%.
Could you think about that? We get through like
And that's-
15
also-
episodes
even
and
if
this
that was true,
happens?
that's like a season 4, season 5 prediction. It's not season 1.
I'd be very impressed if this happens.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I would be like, that's just weird.
I'd be like, okay, guys, this is not a kid's show.
This is a kid's show.
Christian, your bold, or no, excuse me, Arjuna, your bold prediction or changes.
I think my bold prediction changes has to do with Crosshair. I think Crosshair will have an arc that seems like it's going to be redemptive. They're going to
Ooh.
switch his Order 66 off, and they're going to think, oh, he's going to be on our side, but he's too far gone.
Yep.
Or he makes the choice.
Yeah, he makes the choice to still be bad, and they have to then put him down. So instead of doing the usual Star Wars redemptive arc, they kind of twist it, and they're like, sometimes people just can't be redeemed, and that's going to be Crosshair.
Again, that sounds like a season 2 or 3 prediction. Like, that'd be cool as hell, though.
These are just bold predictions in general.
Well, we don't know if there's going to be a season 2.
Oh, and my other
That's true
bold
as well.
prediction is they get nominated for an Emmy. That's not bold. That's a
What?
given.
Oh.
The show will either get nominated for animation, for
Sound design.
sound design, maybe writing.
Probably not.
Why? Because of Amiga?
No, because it's... I mean, yeah, because of Omega.
All right, kids. I think it's that time.
did it.
Arjuna, it's time for you to kick it off.
Krishna,
Wow.
was The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 5, bad?
No, it was not bad. It was good. The whole season's been good so far. I've enjoyed every episode. The only episode that I was like, "Ooh, this is weird." It was episode 2. That was the only one that I was like, how Ravi was sort of being like the last few episodes I felt slow or out of place. Episode 2 is the only one I felt like that about. The rest of them, I felt like I could see how it would tie to the story, and so I've been engaged the whole time.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. The wedding is next month.
Oh, wow.
And, I need gifts and money.
Okay.
Ravi, was Bad Batch episode 5 good?
It was good. It was enjoyable. It had really good animation
It did.
and lots of violence.
I don't know if it's because I was watching it on my TV in my room, but it just popped, and I hadn't watched Bad Batch on that TV yet.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god!
You sure your hertz aren't like set super high so you've got that
gotta
very
be.
smooth motion?
Like smooth motion, it was like popping. I was like, holy shit!
What is this popping? Are you a producer that needs to like creative work done? Give me this piece of work and just make it pop.
Do you ever?
What does that mean?
Do you ever have those books where you open them up and it creates like a 3D thing?
So
It's like that.
were you on drugs?
Honestly, I felt like I was on drugs when I was watching it.
That's amazing.
Not today. I did not.
That is amazing. And with that, that's going to be it for us.
Well, okay. Wow. I don't get asked.
Yeah. Wow. I
About
just
the episode?
straight up
Not gonna
shot blocking Arjuna.
I forgot to ask. Arjuna was Bad Batch good, episode 5.
Jesus Christ. Is your brain shutting
Your
down?
delivery of that was not good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I will say, episode 5 was good. Not the best of the season, but still a very enjoyable episode. I really like the show. Excited for it. I look forward to it every Thursday night at midnight.
You need to stop watching at midnight and go to bed at a reasonable time.
I could
Yes.
watch it and then wake up and watch it again.
No, just wait till the morning and watch it.
No, what if it gets
Like when
spoiled
you're
for
eating
me?
your
It
Cocoa
won't.
Puffs.
Just don't.
Man, I
Take
wish I had
Twitter-
Cocoa
take
Puffs.
Twitter
Don't
off your
lie. You
phone.
eat fucking Cocoa
I
Puffs.
don't have any
everybody.
Cocoa Puffs at home.
Bullshit.
Though Sahara did buy me some of the Cocoa Pebbles,
There you
a few
go.
weeks
It's the
ago.
same shit.
But they're gone now. They're finished.
Did you finish
Someone
it
finished them in my house.
in a day?
No,
2 days.
Wait, who finished
Yeah.
them?
He did.
I don't know. Some asshole.
You can't call Sahara an asshole. That's not nice. She's watching. She's our only viewer. Hi, Sahara. I'm only 45 minutes late.
And with that, that's going to be it for us here on Was It Good? We will be back on Monday reviewing Cruella.
Oh, we are.
Yes, I've decided
Wow.
to take one for the team.
Oh, that's poor you.
And as always, we live stream this pod every Monday and Friday on youtube.com/wasitgood. You can find us on Twitter at wasitgood, on Instagram at wasitgoodbtm. That's everything I have to say right now.
Wow. Okay. Well, say goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Jesus.